Hey everyone, I'm Cameron Gonzalez,
And I'm Cameron Goodman.
and welcome to the Cam Squared podcast where two Cameron variants discuss nerd shit.
Okay. Today we're going to be talking about episode 4 of Loki, the one where things really kick off.
Yeah, it's titled The Nexus Event. It starts off with Sylvie being a child in Asgard, just playing with her little toys, and then bam, the TVA comes through and snatches her up, and Ravonna is the hunter that actually got her. Fun
Yeah.
fact about Ravonna, her hunter number is A23, which is also the first Avengers comic that she appeared in, as well as Kang the Conqueror, I think. Yeah.
Mhm. Yeah. So I guess he should be showing up anytime now. If he doesn't, I'm going to be like, what?
Well, we know he's the villain for Ant-Man and the Wasp Quantum Realm Mania. Quantum Mania.
Yeah, so like it would make sense for him to show up now and then be like, I'm back. I don't know. Or like, I'm still here. I don't know. Um, my first note has nothing to do with the plot, but the score is written by a woman. Her name is Natalie Holt. We love seeing women in entertainment. We love seeing women in male-dominated industries. Also, more about women and equal rights in the workplace. Sophia Di Martino was breastfeeding while filming this, and they altered her costume so that she could pump and nurse easily.
Shout out to them for accommodating her.
For accommodating a working mother.
Um,
Also, the Asgardian palace looks like an organ.
it does.
Why? How does that even work? It doesn't even look like you can live in it. Whatever.
Then we're back at the TVA, and Mobius is asking questions about C20, and Ravonna reveals that C20 is dead, and I'm like, what?
I'm like, she lying, but then she wasn't. So
Yeah, I thought she was lying too, but then she wasn't. Or she still could have. It wasn't confirmed even then.
mm, I guess.
Like maybe she just got pruned like Loki.
Oh, okay, but okay. We'll talk about the pruning
Yeah, yeah.
situation later. To go
Um,
back again, back to the beginning. So yeah, Ravonna was the hunter that got Sylvie. And then like when she goes back, there's another guy that has her job.
mhm.
Like when did she get promoted? Like what's that all about? How did these things come? Also, what was her number? A23.
Mhm.
So if this is going in some kind of order of when they got kidnapped or joined or whatever, she would have been in the first group.
Oh. Yeah. That's good to think about. Back to when C20 was pronounced as dead though. Mobius says how, and it sounds like when Owen Wilson says wow, so he was like how.
How? Yeah, we'll count. We don't enjoy that as much as WoW, but we'll take it.
We'll take it. Then we're back on Lamentis 1 with Loki and Sylvie, and we get the Black Widow and Vormir shot that everyone was screaming about last year. We get that shot where they're sitting there holding hands, basically waiting to die. Um, and they have this moment where they're like, "Damn, what makes a Loki is what we're destined to lose." And I was like, "Damn."
Yeah.
But then Loki was like, "We don't die, we survive." And I was like, "Whoa, yeah, this motherfucker died like 3 times already. He's still here."
Um,
But yeah, they were holding hands, waiting to die as all the meteors are coming towards them. And then
yeah.
we're back at the TVA, and it shows that they have like a rapid Nexus event like forming all of a sudden.
Slope of 8. I don't know. It depends on the scale, doesn't it? Anyway, like,
But yeah, they caused a major Nexus event somehow. No one knows
yeah.
why.
Who knows why? Sylvie seems to think that because she was born a woman, at least that's what I got, that she was born a woman, that's why she shouldn't exist. Cause she was like me being born the goddess of mischief wasn't in the thing. And so I'm like, is it because she was born a female that
that makes sense for the TVA kidnapping her, but why did they cause a Nexus event being on Lamentis one?
Yeah, I don't know about all that. There's a lot of things. But I'm just thinking maybe the reason Sylvie in the first place, they're even interested in her is because it's always supposed to be a dude
Mhm.
that gets his ass handed to him in the timeline.
Mm.
But also, they were talking about how, before these episodes or whatever, they're like, oh, Loki's gender fluid or whatever. But it's like, is there just another version of him that was born a female?
Yeah, is that what they're calling like gender fluid? Is like his variants can either be male or female? Like it seems like that's what it is now. Cause I'm like, I thought it meant like he could make himself female or something.
Yeah, like and he still could. Well, I
Yeah.
guess he could do an illusion.
Yeah, that would just be an illusion.
No, actually, he could actually turn because he turned himself into a snake allegedly.
Hmm.
So he could turn himself into a woman. That seems a lot easier.
Yeah.
Yeah. A
Um,
snake.
either way, apparently
Also.
Loki is falling in love with himself.
I mean, they could always like renege in the next episode and be like, "Oh, that's not what he was gonna say," because he didn't. Whenever Mobius was like, "Oh, you have a crush on her," blah blah blah, he
Okay,
wasn't. He never
like
admitted to it.
the official Marvel account like tweeted like, "Oh, taking self love to a whole new level" or something like that. Like they kind of like confirmed that that's
I mean, yeah. And when WandaVision came out, they also zoomed in on Dottie a whole bunch, and she didn't have shit to do with shit.
that's okay.
But
But yeah,
it does seem like he is romantically attracted to his female variant, which to me makes sense. If
yeah,
you're a narcissist,
it makes sense
mm,
that you're like, damn, look at me right there.
yeah, especially if it's like a smarter version of yourself. And I like to take credit for this because before they even showed Sylvie, I was like, they're gonna know, like when they got to Rock's cart, I was like, they're gonna know when Loki finds the other Loki because they're gonna be making out. And be like, damn, I'm sexy. And so yeah, it kind of happened.
Yeah.
Unless he was just gonna say, I love you like a sister before you got pruned.
But yeah, they get taken back by the TVA. You know, they saved their lives, but they saved their lives to kill them, basically. um,
Yeah, didn't think about that.
Loki Loki's first thought for them being arrested was that Sylvie had more security than him instead of it being equal. I thought that was really funny because I'm like, in this moment, that's all you can think about is
Yeah.
that she has
Damn, a
more security.
narcissist.
And then him and Mobius go back into that room where they were watching Loki's greatest hits. And Mobius seemed a little jealous. He had
Oh
the
no, about all
the,
that.
the, the welcome home cheater banner hanging up, Traitor by Olivia Rodrigo was playing in the background. He
Oh,
was
he
a
just
little salty. He was a little salty.
he was just mad that he made him look bad on his mission.
Yeah, that's what it is. Then
Yeah, I mean,
he
he pulled no punches
then
going
Loki
down
gets
Loki.
thrown in a time loop jail cell where Lady Sif is back, everyone, is repeatedly hitting him in the nuts and telling him he's gonna be alone forever and that he's the worst person on earth and that he should die and
What's like, are those like the two worst things that can happen? Like someone telling you you're horrible, you're gonna be alone forever, and also getting kicked in the balls.
so, yeah.
Mobius was like, "Oh man, I've got the perfect scenario that happened:
No, because
physical pain and emotional pain."
okay, I'm gonna skip ahead to like after he like gets thrown back into the cell. No, no, no. This is when like before Mobius comes back and get him. Like he was like on the floor, just like, okay, stop. And then he did like his whole speech, like, yes, I am a narcissist and I'm scared to be alone and stuff like that. I was like, ah. And then she helped him up and she didn't hit him in the nuts, but she was like, yeah, you'll always be alone. I was like, that hurt. That hurt more than probably being hit in the nuts again. I would have kill me, it'll hurt less.
Yeah. So were his nuts regenerating each time? Probably not. How does he even have any left?
He's a god.
Yeah, shapeshifts shapeshifts himself some more genitals.
um, but yeah, after Mobius leaves him in the jail cell, whatever, is he talking? Who's he talking to? Is he talking to Hunter
I
B-15?
think he's talking to Ravonna.
I think he
This
is
is
talking to Ravonna.
this is where my note about vampires is.
Yeah, this is where my note. Go ahead, you take it away. We have the same note.
Anyway, Ravonna mentions that they've brought in scrolls. This is scrolls?
Kree Titans and vampires.
Free Titans and vampires or whatever. And I think the vampire is probably an allusion to Blade, who's going to be played by Mahershala Ali. There's another famous vampire in Marvel. His name is Morbius, but Sony owns the rights to him. And also he's a different kind of vampire than Blade. Blade has like a, I don't know how to say it, like a edgier
Mm-hmm.
sort of thing going on, you know, with like the trench coat and the
Yeah.
his mom was like a prostitute who got bit by a vampire as he was being born. It's crazy. And then he's a vampire hunter. Morbius was like some scientist that was trying to cure like his blood disease, and something happened.
Yeah.
I was a vampire.
Yeah, I also said that was a nod to the Blade reboot that's coming very soon. I think it was projected to come out next year. Obviously, everything is messed up. Yeah, it was announced like at D20 or whatever last
Yeah,
year.
I know, but I didn't know they was supposed to come out next year. They're keeping that filming on the DL then.
No, I said it like was projected to, but with the pandemic, like everything's
Oh.
been messed up. So who knows when it's
When
gonna
it was announced, it was projected to come out in 2022.
yeah,
Okay, got it.
but at least we know that Mahershala Ali is playing. Then I think Hunter B-15 calls Loki Mobius's variant pet. And I said that's funny because you called him his pet last
Yeah.
week.
If he say he a dog, I'ma treat him like a pet.
And then yeah, I also said that I knew that Hunter B-15 had also saw a glimpse of her life when like Sylvie took over her at Rock's cart, because when she like came out of her trance, she also like was breathing like hard and shuddering, and she seemed shaken up a bit. So I was like, she saw something too. Yeah.
Yep. Next up, Loki has a crush on himself, most likely, and Mobius calls him a seismic narcissist.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean, that is peak narcissism. And it
yeah.
people were like, this doesn't make sense, but it's like very on character for Loki to fall in love with.
Also,
That's the most
a,
Loki thing.
a lot of like people in the not a lot of people. I've seen a few people who identify as bisexual being like, this is so problematic to make the first openly bi Marvel character like themselves. Apparently, like it makes the bi community look bad or something. I don't know. But I'm like, everyone in the show said that, well, like the show's not treating it as like a ship, you know what I'm saying? The
Mhm.
show's like, what the fuck's going on?
Yeah, that's true. Like no one's like, oh, that's cute. They're like Mobius is literally like, what is wrong with you? That's
Yeah, he's like, this is wrong. How about we pump the brakes on that?
yeah, and then when Mobius like tells Loki he killed like Sylvie's dead, Loki was like, oh my god, wait, not y'all killing my bestie. Because at first he was like trying to play like, yeah, I'm in charge here, I'll discard of her, and then he was like, oh, she's already dead. He said, oh,
He's so,
wait a minute. I was kidding.
yeah, did,
um
did.
but yeah, just a general note, I said everybody acted their asses off this episode. I mean, I think Owen Wilson is like great as Mobius, because he
Mhm.
has like this like kind of like corny dad like energy to him as
Yeah,
Mobius. Yeah,
yeah,
and I
but
love
they're very clearly invested. He's like trying to do the right thing. Like he thinks the sacred timeline is sacred.
it.
And he's like, you know, I just want to do everything to protect it. And Loki got in the way of that. And now he's like, oh no, maybe I messed up.
My next note is that there was more theremin music again when Mobius goes to Ravona's office. I don't know why that's a recurring theme. Oh, I mean, I guess maybe I do. She's not good. She's not
Maybe.
to be trusted. So
Yeah, I mean, it might just be her like theme, you know.
yeah. And I just said their like connection is weird. It's kind of seemed like Ravonna friend zoned him because I think he was flirting pretty hard with her because she was like, if you could go anywhere, where'd you go? And he was like, I like being here with you now. I was like, okay, stop.
Yeah, I was like, I don't know. I was like, is this romantic? I was like, but isn't she Kang the Conqueror's bitch? So she just like sort of pulling him along.
I
So
think she cares about Mobius because like even like when he kept like pushing her about like C20 and the Lokis, she was like, bro, please stop asking me or I'll have to kill you. Like I'm trying
mhm.
to protect you. I'm trying to protect us. Stop asking me about it.
Yeah.
So like she cares about him, but like you said, like she's probably with Kang and she kind of friend zoned him. So
So
all in
yeah.
all, I wish I didn't have to hate Ravonna because Gugu is so pretty and I love her in peace. But Ravonna can catch these hands.
He
And
said it's big, why hot? So okay, here's my note. So whenever Hunter B15 is like thinking about going into Sylvie's little cell, there is a poster that she looks at and it says verify through deletion or something like that to protect the sacred timeline. And then there's a guy who's like pointing and he's got a mustache. And I think it's a reference to Big Brother from the classic dystopian novel 1984. Because if you read that, you will recall that Big Brother is like the mascot for the corrupt government, and he is allegedly always watching, and there's posters of him like all over the place in the book, and he has a mustache. So, just like the dude in the poster.
I never read 1984. I feel like that's like one of the only dystopian novels I didn't read in high school.
Also, did I say he's always watching? He's always watching like the TVA is watching everybody.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure there was a TVA poster that said like we're always watching. So they definitely have some Big Brother theme
Energy.
going on. Energy, yeah.
Did you
um,
read Brave New World in high
oh,
school?
I love Brave New World. And by love, I mean it was quite an experience reading.
I was like, if you said you loved it, I'm about to hang up on this call.
No, it was quite the experience. I mean, I like it as far as dystopian novels go. Like, it was an interesting read.
We are talking about the one with the orgy forgies, right?
Yeah, that was an interesting
Okay.
read. It kept you on your toes, like what the fuck is going on, like that
I
kind of.
was mad. It just made me mad. I just was like, what are you writing all this?
And then I also watched the TV show adaptation of it that starred, oh God, I don't know his name, but the guy who played Han Solo in Solo.
Alden Ehrenreich.
But anyways, Sylvie and Hunter B15 go back to Rock's cart so they can have a little chat.
Mhm.
And Hunter B15 is like, what was that you planted in my head? And Sylvie was like, those are your memories. And then she shows her. And then she's like, oh my God, I looked happy. And I was like, somebody sedate me right now because I can't handle this episode. Yeah. And then I also said, this is not that scene, but I said Tom do have cake. Because you always talk about his ass, and I finally saw the light this episode. I don't even know what scene it was, but I wrote that down at some
Anyway,
point. But yeah.
I said Ravonna said gaslight, gatekeep, girl boss.
She
But
is.
like literally, she literally does those things.
Go ahead, break it down.
Gaslight, there's a sacred timeline. The timekeepers are definitely 100% real. Gatekeep, she's like, don't let anyone get near these elevators. And then she's always like in control of, don't let people go through these little portals or whatever. And then girl boss, she's literally the boss and she's a girl.
Gaslight gatekeep girl boss. But yeah. And then we have Mobius saying to Loki, like after he like came after I think I don't know why he went back to Loki's cell. Oh, because he watched the video. Okay, he stole Ravonna's temp pad and saw the video of C20 being like, bro, I lived down there. I lived on the sacred timeline. And then Ravonna being like, we cutting this up. Cut the cameras, dead ass. And so he's like, oh shit, Loki was right. So then he goes to Loki and he's like, all right, well, what are we doing? What are we doing? And then like he has this moment with Loki where he's like, you can be good in case no one ever told you that. And I was like,
AKA him. Mobius told him that, but so like literally when they first met, he's like, "You're supposed to like lose. That's why you exist or whatever."
then they step out of the time jail, and you know what time it is.
Oh, but
Ramona-
before all that,
oh,
let's say a happy thing. I just want to note that 3 Black women have significant roles in this fuck,
TV show.
series. So we got Hunter B-15 has lines, is crucial to the plot. C-20 has lines, is crucial to the plot. And then Ravonna obviously has lines and is crucial to the plot.
Mm-hmm.
Also, Sasha Lane, C-20, she's half Maori. Maori? Anyway, so we got some Pacific Islander representation in this bitch as well.
And she's also very pretty. But yeah, so after that, why you should have said that after the bad moment.
Why?
You should have some joy after.
There's some joy after this.
Okay. Then they step out of the time jail, whatever it is, and Ravonna and a bunch of hunters are there. And she's like, I think you have something of mine. And Mobius is like, oh yeah, I accidentally grabbed this. And she's like, and he's like, damn. And so he has his big last words. He's like, you asked me where I would go if I could go anywhere. He said I'd go back to wherever I was before here. Maybe I had a jet ski. And I was like,
Today, Simu.
And then she was
Today,
like,
Simu. Oh, I'm so sorry.
Then she pruned him.
Oh yeah.
And I screamed. I literally screamed when we watched the episode. Cameron also shouted.
Yeah, that was a shock. I was like, damn, they killed Owen Wilson. Today, Simu Leo tweeted.
Oh yeah.
Himself on a jet ski, talking about some living Mobius's dream.
He mad
rude off my timeline.
He mad rude for that.
Yeah.
But yeah.
Off my timeline, Simu movie with that fuck shit, unless it's gonna be the entire Shang-Chi movie. So.
Or more shirtless pics. I just said Loki looked so broken in that moment. He was like, I was like, I hate it here.
Yeah. Earlier today, he had a fake death reaction.
Mm-hmm.
Once I thought Sylvie was dead, he's like, "Oh, gotta play it cool," and it's like it's a real one. Well, a real one. So yeah.
But yeah. I said that before that even happened. I feel like Loki should have just shouted like, "You're all variants" to the guards, and like Mobius also could have been like, "He's right," and they all should have like turned on Ravonna.
I don't think they would have done that, but they would have been like, "What the fuck is he talking about?" Like what?
Brainwashed are these people? That's crazy. But yeah, then we have Loki and Sylvie lined up together at the elevator. Ravonna's put a reward on Hunter B-15's head. And I just said they were in the elevator alone with her. They should have whipped her ass.
Yeah. No, but when Sylvie sees Loki again, she's like, "Are you okay?" And I'm like, "Oh," but then he doesn't answer, and I'm like, "That's so."
Because he wasn't okay.
He was like, he just put his head down. I was like, "No, this is sad."
My friend just died. But yeah, then we finally see the timekeepers.
Oh, back to the elevator.
Oh.
Sylvie asked Ravonna what her Nexus event was, and Ravonna's like, "I don't remember," but she was smiling, and we know that she's a liar, so she was clearly lying about that.
Yeah, like I said, I hate her and I want her dead, and they should have whipped her ass in the elevator.
Were they handcuffed?
I don't think they were. They might have. They could have off their feet. They could have kicked the shit out.
They're floating in the air.
Loki could have like held.
I'm dead. Okay.
Headbutt her, anything. But yeah. Then we see the timekeepers. They look weird as hell.
Yeah,
Their
they did.
movements look weird as hell.
CGI looked sus.
Yeah, I was like, this CGI is bad, but we soon know why. And they also called Loki and Sylvie a cosmic disappointment. And I said, y'all are rude. Also, their voices were really weird. I just didn't like them. I was like, this is nasty.
No. One of them, like, really, you couldn't understand it without the subtitles. Like, I watched it again without looking at the subtitles, and I was like, I have no idea what he said.
It was like,
He was like, oh, you like, what?
I know. I had the subtitles on, and I was like, I didn't hear it. Goddamn.
I was like, that was a choice, I suppose. Whoever voice acted that part.
Turn the volume down.
Yeah.
Then
Ramona,
B15 comes through with the save.
she said,
what's good?
he said, I got something for you. Anyway.
But yeah, Queen Hunter B15 comes through and releases Sylvie and Loki. And then they start fighting. Sylvie is once again the superior fighter, though, because in the middle of the fight, you know, she tossed the sword to Loki.
Yeah.
And then still kicked more people's asses.
Yeah, she's like, here, stupid.
He couldn't handle the two that he had the whole time. And then after
Ravonna shouted, protect the timekeepers. And I'm like, imagine dying for some ugly animatronics.
Yeah, okay. So then Sylvie cuts off the head of the middle timekeeper, and it is an animatronic. What doesn't shock me, because the way where they were moving, I was like, am I at Chuck E. Cheese?
They said, you're a cosmic disgrace.
Yeah, and after she cut their head off, they were like laughing, and they were like, I was like, I'm actually terrified. This got scary.
So yeah, so that's the Wizard of Oz theory confirmed.
We're on it this series. You know, we know some stuff. We got the mind of the master this time.
Yeah.
Y'all don't know anything about our WandaVision.
Yeah, that was not recorded.
But yeah. Yeah, they're animatronics. They look ugly. I'm mad because I'm still like, okay, so who the fuck is behind this? Because even though it was like a Wizard of Oz type thing, like even in the Wizard of Oz, it was like, who's the wizard? We didn't get a wizard reveal.
It's descends from the sky. Okay.
But yeah, Loki and Sylvie have a moment after discovering that the timekeepers aren't real. Loki's about to say something to her. It looked like a deep conversation was about to be had, and then bam, he gets pruned in the back by Ravonna.
Yeah. Loki really, like, Mobius really told him that he was being hella weird for having a crush on Sylvie, and he was still about to confess. Unless he wasn't, unless he was going to say something else. But
I think he was about to confess his love. That's what the signs are pointing to.
He
but
said,
yeah.
"Man, you're hot."
I said that scene kind of looked like when Vision was like going away at the end of WandaVision, because like his head was like the last to go, and I was crying for no reason apparently though.
Yeah. Okay, and then the song plays, and the song's called "If You Love Me" by Brenda Lee. It's from 1960, and I thought it's like the lyrics match up too well to what just happened.
Yeah, I was like, I said this end credit song is making me cry even more.
Yeah, I thought it happened written for the show, but no, it just happens to have lyrics about love and apocalypses, and matches the 60s aesthetic of the D&B from Hell. I'm like, damn, that's a nice find. Whoever takes care of that, director, editor, I don't know.
Then there is a mid-credit scene. Loki is not dead. Yeah. So that brings the question: is Mobius and C20 also still alive?
Yeah, they're on a trash planet or a trash timeline. My theory is that this is where every pruned thing goes. Every prune thing, or just like prune things? Like all the Loki variants are
there and all
No, I
this.
think it's every pruned thing. Because you know how it like prunes objects too? And like you can see like the Avengers Tower.
Yeah, I said this seemed like a universe where Loki won the Battle of New York.
Good job, Loki. It looks trash.
Or when the nuke actually went off or something, just because, like you said, like the Avengers Tower was ruined and stuff. So obviously the Avengers didn't do something right here.
Mm. So you think it's only Loki? It's just a trash can for Lokis?
Well, I don't know what's going on, because what are the odds that all the Lokis are standing there together like, hey, welcome, brother? Speaking of the other Lokis,
Maybe Mobius told them. I don't know.
where is he?
Yeah, anyway, I think it's some kind of trash can. And I wonder if Ravonna knows about it. Because why would you like leave them in existence, you know?
Yeah. But speaking of the other Loki variants, there's a black man with a hammer who is credited as Boastful Loki.
Boastful Loki?
Yeah, Boastful Loki.
Isn't that just normal Loki? Aren't all of them boastful Loki? But anyway.
That is what he is credited as in the credits, so we gonna go with it. There is a kid Loki, and there is a classic Loki, who I guess is wearing like the comic book outfit, or a comic book outfit, and it's played by Richard E. Grant.
Mm-hmm. And then Crocodile Loki.
And there's a Croaky.
What now?
Crocky, like Loki plus Croc. Croaky.
Oh, like Croaky.
Yeah, Croaky.
Croaky. Yeah. Or Lizard Loki.
Lizard Loki, Ala Loki.
Yeah, Ala Loki.
We don't know what kind of Cayman
We don't
Loki.
know.
We
Yeah,
don't know
someone said it's a caiman, but I think it looks like a shrunken down alligator or crocodile. Like it don't look like a caiman to me. Let me look up a caiman.
I like Croaky, so we're gonna go with it's Croaky. That's his nickname. He is my baby. I will protect him. I just met him, and I will die for him. But yeah, I said, where the hell are Mobius and C20? I want my babies back, and I want more Casey. Give me Casey back. Some people were saying maybe Casey was a fisherman in his life.
But he doesn't know what fish are.
They erased his memory of his life.
But Mobius knows what a jet ski is.
Listen, let me have what I want in my brain.
Okay.
But yeah, so this just made me question, like, what the hell does being pruned even do? Like,
I think it dumps you to the trash planet. But yeah, I guess
is that Sakaar?
I think it's a timeline full of trash, basically, like a dimension full of trash, not like a planet. Well, maybe it could be Sakaar. Like the other side.
Who the fuck is behind the TVA? We don't know. But I also said Kang definitely has to be involved, because why is Ravonna so fucking invested in keeping the TVA?
Yeah. She's like, this is my boyfriend's life's work.
Also, another theory I had was, what if there's already a Loki variant in charge of the TVA? And that's why they're so adamant about hunting all the other Loki variants so hard.
So that he can be superior Loki?
Because, like, our current Loki's goal was to take over the TVA, so what if there's already a Loki who did do it?
But he wouldn't chase his other selves.
To be the superior one, he would.
I guess. But, like, he wouldn't. Remember, like, when he first met Sylvie and he's like, I wouldn't treat me like this? He's trying to team up with the other Loki.
That's true.
And then he was trying to make out with the other Loki.
All right. Also, I said the power of love is a recurring theme in Disney. That's how we know this is a Disney show. They're like, the power of love can move mountains, create Nexus events.
Yeah.
Love yourself, self-love.
When else has the power of love worked out? The Captain America movies? Bucky and Steve?
The Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
The power of love.
WandaVision, it kind of went opposite.
Power of love will destroy lives.
It will. It's powerful. Love is, you do crazy stuff. But yeah, that's the end of my notes.
Same. I don't know what's going to happen at all. I mean, there's literally a lizard. There's a a reptile with a Loki helmet on.
There's 2 more episodes now, right?
Yeah.
I don't
How am I
know.
supposed to guess anything when you show a reptile with a Loki helmet on?
Yeah, I don't have the slightest clue where this show is going. I know Sylvie kept Ravonna alive and was like, "You're gonna tell me everything." So I guess maybe next episode is gonna be them going at it.
Or exposition episode?
More exposition.
Exposition in the TVA intercut with whatever's happening
With the
in
Luke.
the trash timeline.
Yeah.
We gonna see.
I'm excited. I think Loki is my favorite Disney. I know I'm not supposed to compare them, but I would watch this one 10 times over. I can't watch WandaVision again. It hurts too much. Um,
Yeah.
but yeah, you want to show your shirt? And I'll show mine.
Okay. My shirt just says, all right. Is this backwards when they're gonna look at it? Anyway, it says all right.
I can flip it if it is. And then my shirt is a TVA shirt because I am the Cameron variant who escaped from the TVA. The secret's out. I hope none of you report me. I would not like for them to come and get me.
You don't want to meet Gugu?
You know what? I think I can fix her. I can fix Ravonna. Send me back in. I'm ready to go.
All right.
Come collect me.
Here's the call to action, everybody. Like and subscribe. Tell us what you think about Croaky. Listen on Apple Podcasts, Spotify. The links are in the link tree. Are they below too?
I never put them below, but I could.
Okay,
No, I do put them below. They are below.
Okay, they're down there too. Yeah, and we'll talk to you later.
Yeah. Oh yeah, follow us on Instagram and Twitter as well. Sorry.
Oh,
I
fuck.
forgot something. We do not get followers on anything, but I get a lot of likes on my tweets. So if you see us tweet, give us a follow. All right, bye.